Who's barking? All right. I think we are ready to start today. Welcome to Conversations with Yolanda. And I have a new co-host, I should say, who is obviously, I don't know what's happening. I really don't. I think he's going through some midlife crisis and he needs therapy. He needs a therapist. Maybe because I don't think his self-hypnosis is working anymore, so I need a real therapist to help him with whatever he's going through. Anyway, all right. So today we I can't even look at him right now. I can't. It's too much. Too much of his craziness is it's going to start rubbing off on me if I allow him to. Oh, he's a nut. Anyway, he's going through a midlife crisis. If I have any therapists out there who can help him deal with this, please contact me ASAP. Anyway, he wanted to be introduced as the new.
Then you just hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's going to introduce me.
Where's our guest at?
He's not here yet. He'll be here shortly. There he is. Hey, Curtis. All right. So we're going to start.
No, we're not. I'm not ready.
We're going to have our guest speaker with us shortly. He's getting set up. I'm dealing with the nut over here who's going through a midlife crisis and
I'm not.
He's trying to figure out his life, I guess.
I got my life. I'm figuring it out.
I don't know. I really don't know what he's going through. But he's Anyway, go ahead and introduce go ahead, do your little spiel.
That's for you?
Yeah, go ahead. And then you gotta introduce yourself, I guess, because that's what you do.
I gotta wait for Rob.
Rob's coming on. Rob will be here shortly. He's dealing with some technical difficulties. There it is. All right, you ready?
Let me introduce you.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Studio 53 here live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Coming to you, brought to you in the basement, the wing.
We don't have a basement. We don't have a basement. Don't listen to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Studio 53 live. The budget is not an option. We are an extremely high-end studio here. We painted the picture behind you now with the lady who just had her hair done just the other day. Say hello to yours truly, Yolanda Valencia Martinez. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, now introduce yourself.
No way, you introduce Yeah, heck you want.
All right, ladies. This gentleman today
hang on.
woke up.
I'm working out. I'm working out right now.
He's going through a midlife crisis.
The hell I am. I'm working out. You don't lift these. I do.
I don't know. I guess he's trying to come up with a new image. I can't figure out what the image is.
I'm up to 60.
But I can't see the image, and unfortunately our co-host, our guest today is going to have to see the image that he will not be able to unsee for a while. So, welcome to Studio 53.
Do you have a song I can play?
No, we're not playing that song.
Hang on a second.
I can't even introduce you
just
with,
hold on
with
a second.
get
Hold
up
on a
and
second.
on.
You just
Anyway, welcome
no,
to Studio 53.
No.
Mini, I guess. No, we did not. We decided we were going to call him baby Hulk Hogan.
Hang on a second.
No, get over here. I already introduced you.
Hang on a second. I gotta get. Hang on a second.
We're not playing music. Fishing? What are you fishing for? Oh my God. I don't think Hulk Hogan would pick that song. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, everyone. I don't know what's going on. Yep, we're going to lose our audience, that's for sure. Unless they're as crazy as he is, I don't know. Anyway, you could have at least picked a more like manly song.
Oh, I got one. Oh,
let's go.
No.
We're gonna start. We have Rob on, and he's ready. He's like trying to figure out how he's going to unsee your getup that he just saw.
You don't know me.
Anyway, today we have. Oh my God! Are you seriously paying? It's Raining Men. Oh my God. What are you doing? Oh my God, you're insane. Rob's gonna kill you. Oh my God. I can't believe you played that song. Anyway.
What's happening out there? Oh, Hulk Jr. here. Oh.
You're not Hulk Jr., baby Hulk.
Baby Hulk.
Oh my, put a shirt on. No one wants to see you without a shirt on. Especially not our guest. Put some clothes on. So
I thought it would be increase our
every day we have
a viewership.
A new intro for Mark. He has to come up with something that is insane.
I'm back.
Anyway, so today, who do we have today?
I said, hey, send me a short bio. He's got 6 pages about himself.
No, he doesn't.
Really?
I don't think so.
I'm going to do it properly. Ladies and gentlemen, you probably have a pet cat, a pet dog. You might even have a fish. Rob loves animals. Robert is the man, traveled the world, trained by T. Harvard himself, world-known speaker, entertainer, pet lover. He's the only one that's got the world's greatest pet pig. Give it up for Raymond Riopel.
Oh my goodness, you two.
You'll have the rest of the day to figure out. What?
I don't even know how to follow that.
He's a nut. Oh, I know.
And
who follows that?
Oh my goodness. So you know how Mark's doing.
Well, the good thing is nobody ever watches us anyway. So.
We are doing great here in hot Las Vegas. The weather there.
Well, actually, as you can see, it's a beautiful day today.
He's in Canada.
We're gonna get hot. It's gonna be 83 degrees today.
You want hot? That's hot.
That's hot for us.
That's hot
for us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you're in Canada right now, Rob.
I am. That's where I
live in Alberta.
Yep, born and raised in Canada.
Yes. I've known you for a long time, and what was funny is you're one of the greatest speakers out there. Everyone love. I would always look forward to you teaching so I can learn and be part of somebody on your stage. You were personally trained by T. Harv Eker. You're like me. You hung around him till finally he gives up and goes, well, either train the guy or he's not going to leave us alone. Let's train him. When you want something, you go get it.
Yeah.
So
How did you know? I'm going to travel and find better signals so I can talk to you guys.
I know. The first time when I met you, you said, oh, you remember seeing a hypnotist in Calgary Stampede named Terry Stokes. I go, dude, I was there. That's my first time on stage was Calgary Stampede at Frank Sisson's bowling alley, if you remember. And you're like, yes. At the time, you owned several pizza franchises, Domino's Pizzas, I remember the story, and you delivered the pizza to the show in exchange for getting tickets in. And I started back in 1991, 1992 with Terry Stokes. Best friends to this day, Terry and I. We talk all the time. And it's so funny how the world comes around. And weren't you actually in his show or something? You wanted to check to see if it was real or not, so you volunteered?
I did. You know, in my early days, because like you, I'm getting old now. I just don't grow the gray. I kind of let it go away.
This is natural. I didn't die into this. That's how it grows in. That's just how it grows in.
Whatever. But I used to be a very skeptical person. And so every year we'd go watch Terry and I'd be like, his audience members, they planted him. That's just a plant. But it's a funny show. We want to go and watch because we always roll on ground laughing. And so when we traded those tickets for pizza, we went to a show for the adult show, expecting to have a lot of fun. And when all of a sudden they chose me to go up on stage, at first I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I'm not a plant. But then my mind went, because this is how the mind works. My mind went, oh, right. Some people don't get hypnotized. They send them back to the seat. That'll be me.
Yes.
I don't remember much what happened, but my wife, and to tell you how long ago, my wife still shows me the VHS of the show every once in a while.
And doesn't it make you feel empowered? Once you understand what hypnosis, it empowers you. And then from that point on, we just clicked. I remember I was in the restroom one time doing my business, and you walk up and this guy, like, who just pushed me when I'm standing there? And it's like, Rob, and he started laughing and giggling. He'll probably change the story around and say it was me. But that's how it really went down. I remember Ryan even confirming the fact that, yeah, you were pushing me and Ryan Anderson. I just remember that. You see it differently? I don't know how.
Well, you know, the cool thing, Mark, is anybody that knows you, I don't even have to defend that story because they know how the story goes.
People already know his shenanigans.
That's right. That's the best part of the whole thing is they know. I don't even have to try and make it sound like it was his fault because they know it is. They know that's what he would do.
Yes.
Well, I was just there, minding my own business, taking care of my own business. Dude, you have you and your beautiful wife have a very exciting, empowered life. Nobody could ever tell you couldn't do something because you didn't believe them. And I still remember. Now, that doesn't mean that you haven't had successes, failures. You've always had growth in one form or another. You used to own the Domino's Pizza franchises, didn't you?
Yeah, at the age of 23, like 95% of the franchisees, we actually qualified to be a franchisee. You couldn't buy a franchise back then. You had to actually manage the store successfully for a year. Did you lose me?
Oh.
No, we got you. You're still here.
Okay. So, hang on. Shut my truck off. I'm trying to find a better consistent signal to talk to you guys. So
that's good right there. The sun's shining on your head. You look like an angel.
Well, if that isn't deceiving, I don't know what is.
You can't leave the conversation by getting in your car. You know it's wireless. We're still going to hear you.
Oh, darn it. as I was saying, so yeah, at the age of 23, we ended up buying our first franchise. And the cool thing is we actually did it with no money of our own. And I look back today and I go, we had so much just sheer passion and stupidity that we made it work, because there's no way we should have owned a franchise at that age, especially when we had no money. But because we were so passionate, it's what we wanted to do. We found a way to do it. And this is one of the reasons I click with you two so well, because there isn't no can't. Like when you do your video of you yanking out roots using your big trucks.
Bingo, baby.
That's right. It comes down to that principle of, if it's something I want to get done, I'm going to figure out a way to do it. And you do it. Plain and simple.
But that's because you don't listen to negative feedback. You don't listen to people say they can't do it. That just means they can't do it for them. It doesn't mean we can't do it. You think about this high school dropout, and I travel all over the world opening up for, Robert Kiyosaki, your stages. We were offered Tony Robbins' stage, and the COVID came about. This is a guy that was told he'd never succeed. You know what? What do I say to that? Look at Hulk Hogan now, baby.
And that's it. Look, I love the saying that one of my mentors says, Mark, he says, proof is the cure for all doubt. Proof is the cure for all doubt. Because look, someone tells you can't, you show them why they're wrong, and you just do it. Because when you do, then that just, okay, I did it. So what's your excuse? What's your reason now? Why can't I do it? And that cures all doubt. And that's what I wish, if there was a message I could get across to people, the message would be, what you said, don't listen to the negative people. I call them dream stealers. And a lot of times, it's just out of love. No. They're not doing it to be malicious. They're doing it to protect you, because they don't want you to fail. They don't want you to stumble. They don't want you to get hurt. And so out of love, they try to tell you all the reasons why it won't work for you. And you've got to be able to have the courage. And, here a couple things that they say that I totally believe in. My wife's waving at me. You want me to drive? You want me to leave? Oh, I have good service right now. See, Mark, you and I have the same relationship with our wives. You and Yolanda, me and Roxanne, we have the craziness. She's waving at me going, leave, you'll get better service. And I'm like, oh, look, here's my baby.
Hey, Roxanne.
Oh, you got Hulk Hogan on there?
We call him baby.
Hulk Hogan on there.
Oh, you missed his whole introduction. He was shirtless and everything. I know, I got the visual in my head. I can't get rid of it.
Give me something to think about when you're at dinner romantically with your wife. Like, ugh. Oh my God, is that a little puppy?
This is Diego. He has no teeth.
Put his tongue back in his mouth.
Where's Zoe?
His tongue's hanging out.
Hang on.
Zoe.
There you go. And you also really have, isn't Gracie May in your life?
Yes, Gracie May is our pet pig. She's down. She's in the backyard right now. You want to go visit Gracie?
No.
We're going to see Gracie.
Oh, it's not good service back there. That's why I'm in the front.
It's not good service wherever you're at there, just so you know.
So, hang on. Go over there, monkey. So, what I was saying.
Did you say monkey? You have a pet monkey, too?
Well, we call him Monkey because when he sits down, he looks like a monkey.
Oh. I was like, dude, you got a pig, a dog, and a monkey? What else you got?
Well, I could tell you, but then I'd have to show you, and that would scar you for life.
Don't show me. I've already scarred you today.
So, we were talking about something serious. I know we were. Oh, yes. See, Yolanda, this is where you keep us on track, if you can.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Right? Now, what I was saying is dream stealers, a lot of times it's out of protection, out of love. And at every moment in time, people have choice. And I think I know you can relate to this because this is hypnotism. People who really strongly believe against something won't do it in your show. People think, well, what if I make an ass of myself? Well, you will. You absolutely will, because there's things you are willing to do. But if there's something that you just are passionate not to do, no matter how you try to hypnotize them or suggest, they're just not going to do it. And so your choice is you can let these people hypnotize you and tell you all the reasons why you can't do something, or you can have courageous curiosity to say, why not? How can I do this? And yeah, you're going to have people that'll tell you, look, when my wife and I, after 9 years, so we come from families where it's in the box thinking. You find the job that pays you the most and gives you security, whether you like it or not. That's what you do to take care of your family. So imagine we're 23 and we're talking about buying our own Domino's pizza. Our families went absolutely crazy of why we couldn't do it, why it won't work, how financially it'll ruin us. So we become franchisees and we start doing pretty well. 9 years later, when we sold our last store, they're like, you can't get out of Domino's. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And we're like, we don't know. Well, that answer drove them even more crazy. They're like, what do you mean you don't know? We said, we just know we don't enjoy it anymore.
Yeah.
We've been financially struggling because we haven't been putting the time in the stores because we don't enjoy it. So we want to do something else. Well, what are you going to do? I don't know. No, you've got to have some plan. Yeah, we're going to figure it out as we go. And talk about drive them crazy. So that's you, when you find your passion, even if it's called that tributary effect. One thought leads to another. So someone comes in and tells you why you can't do it, and all of a sudden triggers all these thoughts of why they're right. Or
That's right.
Do you guys know what a tributary is?
No, I don't know how to spell it, so I don't want to try to.
I barely can say it. That's why, I'm doing what I can. But a tributary is water when you're going in down a river. It's all the offshoots. Those are tributaries. And that's what your mind does, goes into all these offshoots. So what I do is let's reverse this and talk about going canoeing down a river. When you're going down a river, the river's not just straight all the way. It has twists and turns and curves. And you can only see as far as the next turn. So what do? You paddle to that turn. And then what do? You look around the corner and you paddle some more. And that's life. If you're truly passionate about something, you start going in the direction you want to go until you see something new that allows you to make an adjustment in your decisions, and you keep going. But if you never start, if you never hop in the canoe, how are you going to explore the beautiful wilderness and the gorgeous, scenery that you would see?
Well, what did you do when you sold your Domino's? I mean, if you didn't know what to do, are you still retired? Are you still looking for work? We're looking to hire somebody. If you, I've got some trees and stuff I need to replant. If you're interested, there's a job opening.
Well, I used to have a shirt that said, I am unemployable.
I am unemployable. I love it.
Hey, that's the truth.
And
who's going to give us that?
This comes from a guy that grew up thinking I had to, in my youth, the two jobs I really wanted was to work for the post office or down at the meat packing plant slaughtering hogs.
And now you have Lisa Gray. Don't say that in front of her, please.
The reason I wanted one of those two jobs is because they were supposed to be the most secure jobs out there with the highest pay. And I knew I wouldn't like it, but that was my conditioning. So that's why today I say I'm unemployable, because I can't picture doing anything else but what I'm passionate about. That's it. Plain and simple. Yeah. That's the only thing I can see myself doing.
Yeah, that's how we met. People don't realize what a phenomenal speaker and how many programs you have out there. You draw thousands and thousands of people. You change hundreds of thousands of lives out there. And what got me, here's when we were in Canada speaking with you, here's what got me, and I still use it to this day. You used to have people come up there and go, you're a guru. You hated that because you didn't want to think that you were better than them. And tell the story about that. I don't want to ruin the story because I still think of that and I use it to this day when I want to empower somebody when they're humble grateful, and they need to be. They need a pedestal so people can rise up to that level instead of bring them down in a way that's empowering. So tell me the guru story, Mr. Guru.
So remind me which story I'm telling you about?
The guru. Somebody said about
the
you wanted to be a guru.
Oh, yes. And I got to close my door so my truck quits beeping. I had to turn on the power so I could actually have power to my phone because the battery power is going down. So I'm figuring this out as we go. But
Start the engine.
Start the engine. Start your engines. There we go. Oh, but see, it's a loud diesel truck now, man. Oh, but I can turn air conditioning on.
We can hear it.
We don't hear it. Now you're muted.
No, he's probably connected to his Bluetooth.
He's muted.
Hold on.
Unmute that sucker. Unmute him. Rob, you're muted. You're connected to Bluetooth. You're muted.
Unmute your mic. Can't hear you. I think he's
hear me?
There you go. There you go.
Well, whatever you said wasn't important anyway. So go ahead and move on. Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of missed all that other stuff about the guru thing, the most important part of the conversation. Don't worry about that. We'll edit that in.
Tell us the story about the guru.
And then you got to tell us what you're doing now, because you're not just affecting the lives here in America, Canada, India. You've gone international, worldwide. But here's what the thing is. You are bringing thousands of people messages that could not have happened if it wasn't for COVID. Not that we appreciate COVID,
exactly.
But what happened is you had a different mindset. You said, what's the meaning? What's the lesson in this? What do I need to do now to make a difference in our lives? So, Mr. Guru, go for it.
See, that's that creative curiosity we were talking about right there. And I'll get back to that. And so, one of the things I love to do in my audience, first thing I'll do is I'll come down off the stage about 3, 4, 5 minutes into it. And I'll find someone who's I can tell is a very tall person. And I'll ask them if they can assist me, and I'll have them stand up. And when they stand up, I have them look at the camera so that the whole crowd can see them. And Yolanda, don't cry. It's okay. The story's not sad. It's real. Okay. And I'll turn to the camera and I'll say to the audience, I'll say, I want you to know something. I am short. I'm short. Just because I'm on that stage doesn't make me, and it makes me look bigger on the camera. I'm short. And why would I tell you this? Because they all of a sudden laugh, and I go, because I want you to understand something. I am no different than you. I'm no different. I'm no better. I'm no worse. Is it possible I have knowledge you don't have? And they say yes. And I say, isn't it also possible you have knowledge I don't have? And I think that's when they start to get it. And then later on, I will share the guru story, because I used to hate that word. I used to hate that word guru. And I remember I was doing a training, and one of our team members, Aaron Huey, I brought him in. I was teaching a full-on 5-day intensive program. And at the same time, I was training 6 trainers how to teach that program. And so I brought Aaron in to talk to the trainers. And one of the trainers, he looked at me and he says, yeah, Robert's my guru. And Aaron, who reads body language and facial, like there's 72 indicators on your face to tell if you're lying. And he stopped. All of a sudden he goes, Robert, what just happened? And I'm like, nothing. You keep going. He goes, no, what just happened? I said, Aaron, this is about them. He says, we're not going any further until you tell me what just went through your head. I'm like, what do you mean?
For him.
I saw you flinch. Yeah. And I looked at him and I said, okay, I don't like that word guru. And he said, why? I said, because I'm no different than anybody else. I'm no better, any worse. And then he changed my life, Mark. He said, I want you to spell the word guru. And Yolanda, would you spell the word guru for me, please?
G-U-R-U.
Yeah, so I said, G-U-R-U. And he looked at me and said, G, you are you. And all of a sudden that word took on a whole new meaning. You see, one of the beliefs I have, and I don't ask other people to believe it, it's just my belief, but I believe that the greatest gift anybody on this planet can give the world is to be themselves.
Yep.
Whatever that looks like. To be authentic. One of the reasons I love you two is because your goofiness, you don't try and hide it except for when you're in private. You are you, and that's what I'll sit there and laugh with you all day long because
we are not normal.
Warp sense of humor.
We are not normal.
And no, but you know what?
But we have
Mark,
fun.
who wants to be normal?
Yeah.
Normal is boring.
They think that we're supposed to be this, well, you know what? We do things that just people look at us like that's the headliner speaker. He's cracking up in the bathroom because somebody that was standing there pushed him over, made him stop. It's like things like that, you know. And
well, who walks onto a talk show, a show with a bandana and no shirt on, playing "It's Raining Men"?
Right.
I mean,
first I did Macho Man. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Macho Man, and then it's Raining Men. It's like, I mean, seriously, your choice of music was like, really, you couldn't have picked like anything else.
You know, and Mark, that's another reason. That's another reason you and I get along so well, is because we have something in common. We have two amazing women that are there that are willing to put up with us.
That's what's amazing to me.
It's actually
never been two more in the world like him.
It's actually no, exactly.
If they leave us, we got to get married. We will practice celibacy though for a couple weeks, and we'll see. Once we get to a point, we're like, you know, Rob, you're kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. Things may turn, okay?
That's when I'll be like, run away, run away.
No, this is how much faith and confidence and belief I know that you always have everybody's best interest. We were in Canada, and you said, Mark, there's a plan you need to be on. Just give me your credit card and get on. I go, what is it? He goes, trust me. This is what Rob does. Trust me. I go, well, how much is it? 4 or 5 grand a person. I go, how much am I trusting? He goes, about 4 or 5 grand a person. I said, but I'll introduce you to relationships that will change your life. And I was like, done. I gave you the card. I tried to hypnotize you to get your card to use on yourself. That didn't work. And I remember a month later getting on a plane, going over to Nassau, and having a mastermind with Dr. Obama, you, Sana, several others. And it was absolutely a changed life. Within 3 weeks of that trip, I had already made back twice my money for the cost of it because of the one event. Obama's like, well, you got to do my events now. And then COVID hit. Otherwise, it'd be like way more. But the faith and trust that we have in each other, you would never steer me wrong. You say, when you tell me, trust me, I know you have my best interest in heart. And here's the other thing. You gained nothing monetary out of it. You didn't get a kickback. You didn't get anything for it other than let me give back this relationship and see where it grows to. Now we're, talking about marriage and stuff.
Now you're talking about getting married.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
How sweet. One trip and you're hooked.
Look at it. Hook.
That's all.
He's the hooker. I'm the hook. He's the hooker.
Yolanda, you got to remember, it had a private jet. It had Rolls Royce.
Of course.
We were at the San
I
Resort.
forgot about that. We had a Rolls Royce,
lunch, and teppanyaki dinner. It was a date like no other date.
Yeah.
Did we have sirens going and a police escort to the hotel in the Rolls Royces
all the way
on this trip?
All the way through town. Vehicles pulling over for us. How do you beat that?
That was so cool.
It's interesting.
And since then, now you're out there and you have tapped into something. Timing is everything. That is helping certain people. It's not for everybody. Certain people get their message worldwide. When I say www, that truly is what you're doing. And can you help people understand a little about how your life from COVID manifested and changed because you didn't accept, well, we can't do this now. You only said, what is my goal? What is my purpose now? It's bigger than my old vision was, let's go do some live events in front of a couple thousand people. Now, millions. It reminds me of Tony Robbins saying, COVID shut down. Let's do a virtual UPW. 22,500 people on his first one. That's not bad numbers. Now he's able to reach more. He's going international. Same thing you're doing. So can you tell us a little about that? What's going on, Mr. Riopel?
Well, I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason. And Yolanda, do you believe that everything happens for a reason?
Yes.
See, I had to give you a chance to speak because otherwise, if I don't ask you a question, you won't.
I can answer for her.
So,
No, I do believe that when things like this happen, that there are other things in your path that are opening up for you to pay attention to and start venturing into those things. Like he wanted to do more things online, and look at now we're here and we're connecting with people online. So yes, I do believe that things happen for a reason.
We have like 6 followers now, so we've really upped our game.
and well, here's the cool thing is a lot of people know that saying and a lot of people say they believe it. But if you ask them what the second part or the whole saying is, very few people do. And the full saying is everything happens for a reason, and that reason is there to serve me. And so when you understand that, that's where this creative curiosity, courageous curiosity comes in. Instead of something bad happening and you going, why did this happen to me? You actually go, okay, why did this happen? Be willing to be curious, have the courage to look deep into it. And so I learned that when I came out of retirement because a dog attacked me and it almost killed me. And it lunged at my throat, but got my chin instead. And so instead of being the victim of why did it happen, I looked at, okay, what's the message? And I realized 1 inch further, the dog would have got my jugular and me and my gift would be gone. And I knew I had to start training again because I was on a break at the time, 3.5 years. So I had to start training. And so for years, I've been saying, I want to slow down and not slow down because my mission is so big to help so many people. But I wanted to spend more time here at my beautiful home on this acreage that I live on. And I've been wanting to go digital. So I come home from India on March 10th. And on March 11th, I go into isolation because of COVID. And it's like, at first it was like, what the is going on?
Yeah.
And then I had to go into the courageous curiosity. See, what people don't understand, you two, is that all misery comes from attachment and expectation.
Ooh,
they expect that this should be the way, this should be the way.
Write that down.
And then they get attached to it. And so I could have been attached to the fact that I only do live trainings. That's the only way. COVID just ruined my life. All my live trainings have been canceled. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue for the next few months, gone. I could have played that role. Or I could say, okay, if all misery comes from expectation and attachment, all happiness comes from that courageous curiosity. And it was a friend of mine and a mentor that reminded me to have the courageous curiosity. And I went, okay, for years I've been saying, I want to go digital. I guess now I have the time. But what do I do? And the moment I went curious, Dr. Obam, who you mentioned earlier, he got a hold of me and said, Robert, then you've got to look at what I went to Dubai to look at. A way we can get you on a digital platform that's all around the world so you can still impact lives. We can help replace the lost revenue. We can reinvent. And we started on that journey. And, I'll tell you what, April, May, June, July, almost 5 months later, so 4.5 months later, I've been having the time of my life because I haven't been at home in over 10 years for this long at one time. I'm at home enjoying life. Right.
12.
Because always having to do live shows. But the world's changing. And if we don't change with it, we become obsolete. And, it's very amazing, Mark, that you started with the being Baby Hulk today. And it's all a joke in that, but here's a big lesson. One of the reasons when I used to watch the WWF and why Hulk Hogan was my favorite wrestler is because he would get beat down again and again and again. But you remember all of a sudden there'd become that hit and he'd stop and all of a sudden he'd start vibrating. He'd start vibrating. His hand would go like this. The crowd would go wild. And all of a sudden he would get that energy and he'd come back. He'd make the comeback. See, some of the greatest victories in the universe on this planet in history are from comebacks.
Wow.
So no matter how beat down someone feels by COVID right now, what can you do to make a comeback? No matter how much you think the world's against you, that you've lost everything, can you take one more step and start your comeback? It doesn't have to be instant. It doesn't have to be grandiose like Hulk Hogan would make it, because that was for the show. But what can you do today to take one more step in the direction that allows you to have the life you truly want? And it may be different than what it used to be. You may have to make some new decisions. You may have to try something you'd never tried before. Or maybe, you know, I work now on 4 energies and 4 phases people go through. And one of those phases is called the Unclutter Phase. Or another way I'm calling it is chaos.
Yeah.
March, the world went into chaos.
Yeah.
And when you go into that phase, you have to be courageously willing to destroy something. I'll say that again. Courageously willing to destroy something. This is the time to end business relationships that aren't good. Maybe a personal relationship that's not good. Maybe get rid of the clothes that don't fit you anymore, even if they're comfortable, because you got to let go of something good to get something great. Let go of something great to get something exceptional. And one of the biggest things that people can do to destroy in this phase is destroy a belief that has not been supporting them. This is how you've made your career, helping people get through those negative beliefs, to destroy them so they can have a new belief impacted and ingrained and implanted. But they don't realize they can do it on their own. And I don't want to take away from your career of being a hypnotist, because people need you, but people don't need to be hypnotized.
That's right.
Because we're working on ourselves.
Yeah.
And so I had to let go of a negative belief to be able to move forward with what Obama had presented me. And I knew it was going to take some work. I knew in the beginning I wasn't going to make what I normally would hourly if I'm on the stage or by day. But I had to look at the long game, the big picture. And because of that, I was willing to do what needed to be done. And while other people are financially going, you know, I'm bored, there's not enough to do, I'm busier than I've ever been.
Yeah.
And I'm reinventing, because my comeback is going to take things to a whole new level. And the coolest part is because you are with me on this team, we're helping so many people around the world.
Yep.
Team members in 13 countries, where an extra $200 a month changes their lives.
Yes.
And we get to introduce them to online learning, an academy where they can learn in different languages and doesn't matter where you live, you can have access to it. So what I'm, you know, was introduced to me, whole paradigm shift. But I'll tell you, I'm so glad. I look back and I do say, and I know it sounds strange, but I go, thank you, COVID. Because I always wanted to go digital, but I always had a reason why I couldn't, why it wouldn't work, why not right now, why it's not the time, yada, yada, blah, 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 in the back of the head. But then I embraced my inner Hulk Hogan. It's like,
that's right,
come
buddy.
on, audience, let's go.
So how
And
does
then I
somebody,
hop on with you guys and get baby.
how do they get involved? How do they get in touch? Like, if they want to say, well, how do I get my stuff out there, Mr. Rob Hulk? Mr. Hogan?
Rob Hulk.
You little Hulk lover.
Does that make me Hulk?
Yes, it does.
They get in touch with us. They get in touch with you. They get in touch with me. We get on a call. We take them on a journey and we see if it's right for them. If it is, great. If it's not, perfect.
So what is it?
You know?
What is it? I'm still not clear on what you're doing.
Well,
you're taking
I'm part of a social
speakers. It's speakers. It's people on stage. It's coaches. It's people with information. It's anybody who's got information that they can give out authors, especially authors of books, and you can help them.
That's one portion.
Okay.
That's only one portion of it. Yeah. You think of it like this, and here's the question I'd ask, and you too can answer the question as well. Have you ever spent any money on your own learning and your own education?
Yeah, just a few $100,000.
Yep.
Literally.
And are you glad you have?
Best money I ever spent.
Absolutely. And so my question out to people is, if you've ever invested in your own education, more than $1,000 in your own education, then you want to be part of our social lifestyle community, because it's a learning community that we are learning so much from some, we get world-class hypnotists on, and we get Mark on as well.
And I was going to say, if I can get in that group, I would be happy. I want to climb to be one of those.
Now,
So,
in all seriousness, not only are we learning, but you're right. People who are authors, trainers, speakers, coaches that know they have a message. Though I'm looking for diamonds in the rough that maybe they have a small following. They know their message can go to a bigger audience. Those are the people where we can help them get onto a platform that's worldwide. Yeah, right. Oh,
I know.
I love this. We're looking for niche markets right now. And do you guys speak any other language other than English?
Sí. Yo hablo español.
I speak Spanish.
That's what you said. Yo hablo español. Y tú, mi esposa, yo hablo español. Un poquito de Marcos.
We are looking for. If you speak another language, we're looking for you as well, because we want to have diversity. We want to have education in all areas. There's only 3 areas we're not going to touch: politics, religion, and sex. But any other kind of, if you have a message to get out there, we can help you get on. Possibly, I'll never promise that we get them on the academy,
Right.
Yeah.
but we'll help you with the application. We'll help you hone your skills. What is your message? And at the same time, if you need to build an income, we can help you start to create a beautiful residual income. It goes nicely hand in hand. And I love the universal principle that says this: you will be paid in direct proportion to the value you give. And I ask students all the time, I say, how many of you'd love to earn 10 times more money than you're earning right now? And of course, all these hands go up. And I'll ask them, well, I'm going to tell you the answer. Can you handle it? See, you have to help 10 times more people you're helping right now. And most people, they think that means they have to work 10 times harder. But that's furthest thing from the truth. It's about leveraging yourself to be able to help more and more people. Surrounding yourself with growth-minded people that want the same thing you do, and you truly want to help people. And so that's what we've started to create. We're bringing on people that want to get their message out, people that want to create a residual income, and it's all in one beautiful package. And through this, it's an amazing company called Asira, and we're just started. But within the next 10 years, we want to impact over 1 billion people on this planet. And my goal is I don't want to help people earn hundreds or thousands and tens of thousands of dollars extra a month. We will, but my goal is, how can I help the average person earn an extra 200, 300 a month? That it'll change their lives. It'll make a difference. Are you going to have to work for it? Yes. Are you going to have to learn something different? Possibly. Are you going to have to let go of a negative mindset that's held you back? Absolutely. Because, I love that saying. What is it? The definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If you're not getting the results you want right now, then you have to learn something new so that you can get the different results. And so we've created this beautiful community and this beautiful benefit that I didn't even expect. Mark and Yolanda did not expect it. The wealth of knowledge and learning I'm getting, even from people who aren't on the academy yet. Like, we have weekly calls where we do something called a power hour. And I just had a doctor get on there who's a holistic doctor for over 30 years. And he teaches how to have that healthy body, mind, experience. I had it. Then the next day, my friend Aaron Huey he gets on and he just blew us away with his topic called Experience the Leap. And everybody that's part of our community, they get to tap into this, and it costs them no extra money. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're out
How
to
does
help
somebody get a hold of you,
thousands
Rob?
and thousands of people.
How does somebody get a hold of you for? I want to talk to you about what are the options, what are the possibilities, how can they get their message out there, how can they earn extra money, all that. How do they get a hold of you? I'm going to type it in here and so they can be seen.
I'll give you my email address. It is robert@amantora.com.
R
And Amantora,
O B.
Robert at.
take the word mentor, put an A at the beginning, A at the end. Amantora.com. And I'll let Yolanda do it because Mark probably can't spell.
Mentora.com. Is that right?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. Let's see. You tell me if this is right.
A mentor with an A at the end.
Yeah, Amantora.
All right. So that's right. Does that look right to you?
That is absolutely correct.
Need I say more? She's a guru.
That's right.
I
am a guru.
You are. And
well,
that's the greatest word in the world for me now. Is because when you are you, that's what else can you give the world? That's the most amazing thing. And again, I don't want people to think that it's an easy fix, an easy answer. You will have to put some work in and some effort in, but we're all sitting at home now anyway. So utilize this time to create the life you want. Let us be part of that journey and watch what happens. I'll introduce you to more crazy people like Mark, Yolanda, and myself, because we are part of an insane family, and I love it. I love it.
Well, the thing with that, that word guru is that people always try to be like somebody else. And my thing always is, if you can't be yourself, why are you trying to be somebody else? You have to be yourself first before you can try to emulate somebody else. Otherwise, you're always going to be looking at the next person that you're going to want to say, oh, I want to be like that person, or I want to be like that person. It's like, be yourself. Everybody else is already taken.
Yeah.
Just you.
Yep. You hit it right on.
Definitely.
You hit it right on the nose, Yolanda. That's exactly it. One of the greatest lessons that, as a trainer, that one of my mentors gave me years ago, is he said, Robert, never be afraid to bump into one of your students outside of the training arena and them have to figure out who you are. Because he says it's too tiring if all of a sudden you bump into someone and you also have to try to remember who you have to be for that person. And it's one of my biggest pet peeves. And because I've been blessed to train thousands of trainers, thousands. And one of my biggest rules is a pet peeve is someone who's one way on the stage and another way off the stage. And you guys have experienced this. You see someone on stage that people are like, oh my God, they're amazing. The moment they step off the stage, they become assholes.
That bad word.
Yes.
And here's the thing. I have no problem. If that's who you are, be that on the stage.
Yeah,
that's right.
People see who you truly are. Because then only the ones that are attracted to that energy are going to come and want to, learn more from you. But so many people are afraid that, well, I got to be someone else or else they won't buy from me. Yeah, it's tiring trying to be other people.
Yeah.
And I bumped into students all over the world in the weirdest places, like people pushing me in the bathroom when I'm trying to go.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? You said be yourself on and off stage.
That's right.
You definitely get that.
Well, and see, and that's the thing. That's Mark. And if you remember, you and I, that's another way we connected is first time we met, you were on the stage and you said to your students, anybody who decides to join me in the next 3 days, I'm going to call you personally. And I hear a lot of people say that. And I flew home and I happened to be with a student. My wife and I were visiting one of our students when the phone rang. She goes, oh, it's Mark Usick. And I said, let me answer the phone. And we're both genuinely shocked that you were carrying through, because we're so used to trainers not. And you actually, I started to model that after you, because that lesson hit me so hard that anytime I sold one of my personal products or programs, I would say to the students, for those of you who register, I'm going to phone you personally just to make sure you're doing okay, that you understand things. And I modeled that from you, my friend, because of how much that impacted my life.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate
That's awesome.
that. Yeah. I just literally got the phone with somebody, same situation. You know, I call and she goes, you know, you've made such a difference, you know, on in our lives. You don't treat us like we bought something. You treat us, you know, as family, and we're going somewhere together. So, you know, I appreciate that compliment, you know. So, yeah, I believe if they're willing to invest in you, you should invest in them. And that means a phone call is
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
It takes a moment to make a difference in somebody's life, you know. So, hey, I love Robert.
Yeah.
I love Robert.
I want to marry you one day.
Well,
I will tell you, I plan on
arrange that. We can arrange that for you guys.
I got
We can
that.
plan your wedding.
Jason and Ryan are
Yolanda, please no.
Call us.
Yolanda, please
I'm
no.
gonna call your wife and say, hey, let's plan our husband's wedding. They want to get married.
Let's make it a destination. Let's do a destination wedding.
Let's do a destination wedding.
Well, Ryan and Stacy goes, he does call us. both of them call us. We try not to bug you, but if we only call like 15, 20 times a day until you finally answer the phone. No, I love the personal touch. I think it's so necessary. And I'll tell you why. Because I had 2 chances for somebody gave me a shot. When I learned real estate and when I learned hypnosis. And I never forgot that. All I wanted was an opportunity. Don't give me anything. I want to earn it. And that's what it is, you know. Some people just need a phone call to hear a different voice, to get the old stuff out. You know, like our friend Sandy talked about it. Divorce the people in your life that don't need to be there.
Yep.
And marry the relationships. Divorce the old story and create a new one, you know.
Yeah.
And get the people out of your life that are not supporting you. So I think people need to be in your life.
Yeah, and that's where that, like I said, sometimes when the unclutter comes in, you have to unclutter those relationships, let go of the relationships, and people hoard the relationships like they can only survive if they have these relationships, not realizing how the negative energy impacts their body, their mind, their spirit, their energy. And they end up with needy love. Where they love someone for what that person gives them. Why not love someone for who they are? Like, you two probably have one of the purest forms of love that I see, because for Yolanda to put up with your antics, you know she loves you. You know she loves you. And that's so cool.
Man,
that's
baby.
Inspiring.
I changed the name. It's raining a man, not men. It's raining a man. Hallelujah.
Oh my goodness.
I definitely want to encourage people to get a hold of you. Listen to what you have to offer. See if it's for them. If it's not for them, no problem. You created another friendship out there. Perfect. And, you know, let's continue making our difference in the world that we're supposed to. Live on purpose, for a purpose, and pay attention to what our intention is. And people forget to do that. So, Robert.
Thank you so much.
Mentor.com. You couldn't put normal stuff. Mentor. Is that a Canadian thing?
A mentora. You don't say mentora. You don't read it like that. It's
well, we live on date.
At mentora.com. It's word.
See, that's why I appreciate Yolanda. She can translate for us.
She speaks other languages. I told you that. Well, definitely appreciate your time, Robert. I know you got other meetings coming up. We took a little more time than we promised you, but frankly, it was worth it. And we just put your other times later, so it's okay. Still.
Yeah, thank you for being with us and sharing your message, and also opening up this connection that you can possibly have with other speakers and other coaches and authors that need help right now to get out of that box of thinking that everything is over for them right now. So yeah, so that they can get their message out there to the world,
Would
in
you-
other countries. Yeah.
Would you like to take your shirt off and give me a flex before you leave? No, no.
You know, we already scared your audience once. I don't want to terrify them now.
Well,
Oh,
Robert, thank you
goodness.
so much, brother. Let's stay in touch. You know, I love you, buddy. Appreciate your friendship and everything you've done to help me grow too. And let's continue to touch lives.
Anytime, any place for you two, always.
Awesome.
Well, looking forward to the borders open up so we can get together. Coming by your house.
Yes. Yes, please do. But
Definitely.
don't yank out my trees. I got a couple hundred trees surrounding my property. Leave them
Oh,
alone.
yeah.
You have nice trees. We had oleanders and cactus barrels. They're gone.
Cactus barrels.
Those things are gone. When you got a 27,000 pound truck and it's loaded with another 7,000, 8,000 pounds, you can pull trees out like you wouldn't
And you
believe.
got Mark Music driving it. You can believe that everything's going to come out of the yard.
We literally broke, those trucks, those 18-wheelers that strap down all those ties? We broke 3 of them probably in 9 or 10 places. 3 of them just kept snapping them. That's it. You know how it takes snap that? We snapped them, but we won.
Well,
We ate them.
here's a question I have for you. Before you did this and you did your videos, did you actually put across the bottom, do not try this at home?
No.
No, because I encourage people to try it at home. Why not? If you have a tree that's bothering you, pull it out. Go get yourself a big old U-Haul, 26-foot. You can yank them things out. No
go,
problem at all.
go rent a U-Haul truck so you can pull out stumps out of your yard.
You all be like, you only put 20 miles on this. How come? You don't want to know.
You don't want to
Small
know.
property. Just 1 yard. We only did 1 yard today. That's why it's only 20 miles on it. I literally went to a quarter of a tank of gas.
Oh, my
and I drove less than a mile.
God.
But I was going back and forth, back and forth.
Oh, my God.
Well, I definitely want to encourage people to definitely touch base with you, buddy. Appreciate your time. And give Roxanne a big hug from us and lay in touch.
Absolutely. Virtual hugs to both
Right.
of you. Appreciate you so much.
Well, we appreciate you too. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
All right.
Oh, my God. Well, now you know who Rob is. Crazy Rob.
That's
He's Canadian,
right.
so it's crazy
Crazy
anyway.
Rob. Crazy
Yeah,
you.
he come out. He told me for $20, if I took my shirt off, he'd send me $20. And then he tells me it's Canadian. So it really wasn't really a fair deal.
You're so cheap you took your shirt off anyway.
I know. I'm losing. Hey, $20 is $20, right?
Oh, my goodness.
So check it out. Go email Rob and definitely
Get more
get in touch with him.
information. Yeah, get more information.
He's got a
on what
phenomenal
he's doing.
program.
Yeah. And
And
share your message.
make sure you share this video with other people. Send some love.
That's
And
right.
if you have another theme song for me,
Yeah, another thing.
my whole
Other than
program,
It's Raining
Guy
Men.
Fiero, I did get a new name on my list. It was Leather Daddy. Leather Daddy. So I'm going to do a photo shoot with just my bandana and a vest on and some chaps. Nothing in the back of the chaps, if you know what I'm saying.
People don't need to know that.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Well, yeah, surprise. Yeah, I just told you the surprise.
So
Anyway,
I've got to go do some cooking. Me, Guy Fiero's been in contact with me. He
you're
wanted.
cooking.
I'm gonna go make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. All right, stay in touch. Go check out our look at Facebook. Hypnotize Me, Mark, and you can watch our videos. We're posting videos all the time. Streamline them. If you're not able to do live shows, streamline them so you can watch the whole year. We're just getting so much feedback on that. It's phenomenal. Stay in touch. Love you guys. We'll see you on Wednesday. Wednesday, we have the one and only Will Smith will be here.
Will Smith.
Nope.
We do not have Will Smith.
Maybe not
Don't
Will.
listen to him.
Maybe not Will.
We'll let you know who will be here Wednesday, but
Try to get Ty Herndon. Ty Herndon, come on, Ty Herndon. Yeah, I'm gonna call
we
Ty.
are trying to get Ty Herndon on here.
Ty's an awesome.
He's awesome.
All right.
So, you
Ciao,
guys have a
Lola.
great day. Thank you for joining
I
us.
can't believe Michelle Lee.
And,
I haven't
this
seen Michelle Lee
Crazy
forever.
fool here. Yeah, I know she can't recognize you either.
I know. Well, she worked with me as my assistant for years. We did a show.
Like, I'm laughing my butt off because of your new look.
We did one of my adult shows we did. It was at the Hyatt Regency. And she got in the adult show, and she was one of the employees at Hyatt Regency. And Diane Dill was like, Mark, oh my God, Mark. And
she worked at the hotel?
She worked yeah.
Nice.
And then she wound up becoming my assistant for a little while and helped me out. So it was kind of cool. And her mom. I love her mom. Her mom is so cool. I'd get on the phone. I remember in Fresno. I'd get on the phone with her. She came out there. She actually came out to see the show, and I was just having so much fun with her mom. So, Michelle, if you're still here, say hi to your mom. It's good to get in touch with you. I'll make sure you're a friend of mine, and I'll friend you on Facebook. Go to my follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. Over 18,000 followers so far. We're going to get it up to 20. What? No, I'm not lying.
I didn't say anything.
I'm doing it.
I didn't say anything.
We're going to rock. We're going to crank it out. All right. Until Wednesday, we'll see you later. If you have any questions, you want 20 minutes of my time, free consultation, let me know. How do I do that? Calendar? We'll figure it out. I'll let you know about that. We're setting it up now.
Don't listen to him. You need to get in touch with him. You can do it through Facebook. You can do it through our website, Hypnotize Me Mark, or markmusic.com.
Successcombination.com.
So have a great day. We will see you guys on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye now.